Ah, anniversaries. That marker of time that is so sentimental. I'm going to tell you about a couple of my important anniversaries, both past and coming up, and I want to hear about yours. Stay with us. Hello, and welcome once again to the Video Call Show. That show that invites you to be a live video guest on this program any weeknight of the night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Current events, topic of the day. Would you like to do some personal promotion, your channel, your social media, your business? Or do you just want to chew the fat with your old buddy Jim? That would be me. I am your old buddy Jim, and I will be here for about the next hour. My job is to listen and learn to and about you. Having said that, joining is super easy. All you've got to do, put this URL in your browser. That'll get you started downloading Zoom. When it asks for the meeting number, there she is. There's another link just like it in the description box for ease of use. Don't cost nothing. Or if you don't want to download Zoom, by all means, visit zoom.us when click on join a meeting. And when it asks for a meeting number, there you go. If this is content that trips your trigger, charges your batteries, makes you all tingly inside, by all means, hit that subscribe button and don't miss another show. Could be you on next. Having said all of that, let's see. Well, the subject of tonight I chose because I'm going to be away for a most significant anniversary in a person's life. We celebrate all different types of milestones throughout the years, but today it's a rarity to stay married for a good long time. And divorce has become more the norm than it is the exception. Unfortunately, I believe they're over 50% now, and that is sad. That is really sad. Well, my wife and I are getting ready to June 30th. We are getting ready to celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary. That's right. Oh, hey. Little self-aggrandizement there. But yeah, it's an exciting time. I mean, and we've actually been together a bit longer than that, of course, because it wasn't a whirlwind romance. We were actually high school sweethearts. And then of course there was college and I went in the military afterwards and asked her to marry me. Let's see. After No, actually it was during advanced individual training, which is right after basic training. And she said yes. Oddly enough. And of course, the rest is history. But we'll be gone during that time. So I thought I would bring this subject up because I want to hear about your anniversaries. That means you need to call in and tell me about your anniversaries, the most significant ones or the most insignificant ones. You see, I'm one of those guys who don't necessarily care much at all about birthdays. And I'll tell you why, is because birthdays, they literally take zero effort. I mean, that is a true uh, marking of the passage of time. And the older you get, what you'll find is one, the presents become fewer and farther between, but also, you're getting close to that is inevitable in life. And then no one makes it out alive. Before I go any further, let me say hello to some folks in the chat. We've got well, let's see. I'm gonna go with first. Tony from Viewed This was first. Woo-hoo. Welcome, Tony. Susan Hamilton was second and kind of third. Crap, my dad makes me watch Adam. First is the worst, second is the best, third is the one with the polka dot dress. Oh, shoot. Indeed, you were right, Adam. Train Vlogs, how you doing, man? Good to see you again. It's been a while, buddy. It has been a while. Always good to see you back. Patty Broussard, how you doing, hon? Nice to see you. Oh, as always. Look at that redneck connection. How you doing? Stuck at work. Sorry to hear that, buddy. I am so sorry to hear that. Grumpy Vlogger, how you doing, Lloyd? Always good to see you, my friend. And let's see. Well, where was I going to go with this? Oh, thank you for the congratulations, by the way. I see it as quite an accomplishment given the climate of divorce in today's world. I honestly do. And I'll toot that horn as long as I possibly can. It looks like we're going to end up as and if Dropbox is if Dropbox is doing its job, why I shall show you what that means. You could almost say that this was a an anniversary gift to one another, though I didn't think of it that way. We're going to call it that because it wasn't a small purchase, as you know. You guys have already heard me talk about it. And oh, there she is. Yeah. Well, I got my weight distribution hitch hooked up to it today and took it over to the boy's house. Look how level she's riding. Oh, isn't that sweet? Isn't that sweet? My boy now calls me Red Green. I wonder why. Scratched my head for a while on that one. But that is going to be the wife and I's getaway. Now, I know we're going to Florida next week, but that is a family vacation. We've got, I don't know, 20 to 30 people going. Thank you, Patty, for that 35th anniversary. Congratulations. Yeah, 35 is hard work. And Lloyd, I know I think you've been married for a good long time as well. And you are certainly a saint in that respect, my friend. Yeah, it's gonna be great. But that's gonna be our getaway. But yeah, we've got about 20, 30 family going to Florida this coming week. And I was just telling the wife tonight, I was thinking, you know what? We booked this Florida trip because it was a huge family thing well before we decided to buy a camper. And it was 38 years on July 6th. Congratulations, Lloyd. That's awesome, dude. That is, oh, and thank you, Tony. Thank you, Redneck. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, but and then we bought this camper, and I told her last night, I thought, honey, I wish we weren't going to Florida. I would love to. I'd love to hit the road with that. But that load bearing hitch, man, that was great. Did I tell you guys what I got on that? It was one hell of a deal. It's actually a combo. It's got the 800-pound arms, which allows me to have a tongue weight of over 800 pounds, and the hitch itself will actually hold over 14. Will haul over 14,000 pounds. I mean, this thing is built like a tank. But not only that, it has a built-in anti-sway device. In other words, instead of the chains that you normally see load distribution hitches that are hooked up to the A-frame of the trailer tongue, this one actually has brake pads that the arms ride in, and as you turn, because of the friction, it's supposed to bring sway down. Manic Magic, how you doing? Welcome to the show, my friend. Saw him on a live stream just the other day. Always good to see Trevor. So yeah, jump on anytime, guys, and tell me about your anniversaries. Or I'm going to keep talking about campers and vacations. And I have 2 shows planned for vacations. Tomorrow night, we're going to talk about where you've been in the world. Got that cool little thumbnail with the globe in it. And the second one, I'm going to, hey, Shapes here. How you doing, buddy? Always good to see you as well. But I've got, so I'm holding the globe, and I want to know where everybody's been around the world. Even if you haven't been anywhere, I want to know. And then, of course, Thursday night, if we decide not to take off for Florida Thursday night, it's going to be, I want to know what your dream vacation is. I'm going to tell you mine, and it doesn't. Honestly, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but it doesn't have to do with the travel trailer we just bought at all. I have a dream vacation that you'll just have to wait until Thursday to find out what that is. Wow, this is the longest I've had to talk for a while. Let's see, anniversaries. I finished the birthday thing, right? I just don't, we don't exchange. Well, we do for the kids, but we don't exchange birthdays. We just make it a family gathering. So I don't see that as a very viable anniversary. It's just one of those things. My son has been married for 5 years. He's going to have a, he's going, oh, Or yeah, is that right, Patty? You too, Corrupt Vlog. Were you also high school sweethearts? Are you telling me, Patty, that you were high school sweethearts? Is that who you married? That's what I want to hear. Oh, it's the black and white man. It's Retro Man. Can you hear me yet, bud? Oh, you got to choose your mic, man.
Yeah, I know. You figured I had this figured out by now.
Silly me.
It's not like I wasn't on.
Oh man, and it just cut out. It just cut out. You may have to unplug and replug. That's the weirdest thing, man. I've never had that sort of thing happen with mics. Yep, you're back in now, I believe. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Ah, perfect. Perfect. We're back to good, man. We're back to good.
So yeah, I mean, instead of you having to try to come up with stuff to talk about, if you at least call and I'll be a placeholder until somebody else gets their ass up here.
Appreciate it, dude.
Yeah, man. You know what the hell? I got kind of a cool anniversary. Well, it's cool, but I got an interesting anniversary, I guess you would call it.
Yeah.
Hold on, chat here so I can let you see you on real time and read the chat. Yeah. So I'll tell you a story.
Oh. Yeah, not without your graphic, man. And now, story time with Tony. I still got to come up with some theme music on that.
So, yeah, I'll try not to redneck. I only fall asleep if Jim falls asleep, then I join him. See, that's what happens when the host falls asleep. Then I fall asleep. Anyway,
yeah, there's history there.
you guys do hit the like button, that's for sure. It makes a big difference. When you go into live streams, you should always hit the like button, especially on live streams. You should hit it for every video you watch if you like the person, but on live streams especially because it helps the stream get picked up when you go to live and you're looking at what current live streams are on. That like button is what makes them be featured or not. So
how true.
It helps the host out tremendously.
How true. And like you said, if you like the host, go ahead. If it's your first time in, stick around, see if you like anything happening up on the screen, and then do it.
If you like the host, hit the thumbs up. If you don't like the guy on the screen with him, then don't
do anything.
Thumbs up. Just don't mind me.
Like if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
That's right, exactly. Hey, Jelly Duck, what's up, brother?
Jelly Duck, what's happening, man?
So, when I was, how old was I? I was 18, and my parents, when I was a kid, my parents were they fought all the time. They fought verbally, abusively, physically, fist fight each other. It was horrible. So when I was 13, my parents finally split up when I was 13. My dad came over. He was coming over on Sundays, and we'd all get ready to go to church together. And then we'd come home and have lunch, and my dad would split. And that's all we were seeing at the time because they were legally separated. So my dad showed up one Sunday, and my mom was pressing a shirt for me. And he got up and ran across the room, blasted her in the face, knocked all her teeth out, smashed her nose in. It was bad.
Holy shit.
So I didn't talk to my dad for a long time. Both of my parents had a lot of mental problems when I was younger. Still kind of do, I guess, but they both have sought help over the years. You know, they're older now, and I've reconciled with my parents and everything. They actually can speak to each other once in a while when they need to. But anyhow, so I didn't talk to my dad for a long time because of that. And then my mom started dating truck drivers, was on the road all the time. So I quit school and got a job and helped raise my two younger brothers. So I was a firefighter in town. I tried to do things to keep myself busy. So when I was 16 years old, I joined the fire department as a junior firefighter, and I joined the ambulance squad as a first responder. When I turned 18, I became a full-fledged member of the fire department, and I had gone and got my EMT license and was still working with both services in town. So there was a house fire in town, and it was up on this back road, and we got there, and the house was going pretty good. It was a one-level ranch house with a basement, and because we live in Massachusetts, you've got basements too, right, Jim?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I lived in Florida for 16 years. No basement. Sucks.
Right.
Anyway, so So we go into, we had to go into the building because the there was word that there may be a guy in a wheelchair stuck in the building. So we advanced into the building. So I was second on the hose behind this guy, and he fell to the floor of the building. He fell right through the floor in the living room.
Mm.
And he put his arms out, and he was, he'd fallen down pretty good. And he, so me and this other guy, we, what's up, Miscast Entertainment? So me and this other guy, we yank him out of the floor, and the other guy grabs him underneath the arms and backs up, drags him out. And I grab the hose, which is kind of flailing around, and I grab the guy's helmet, and I turned around to leave. And when I turned around, I saw them going out the door, and the roof of the place collapsed inside. So the house collapsed on me. So, anyway, they always say you see that bright white light at the end of the tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
So I see that, and I'm laying there, and save us from Tony. Thanks, Adam. Shut up, you son of a bitch! I'm pouring my heart out here, you prick. So I see that bright light, and all I can think is, I haven't talked to my dad in 5 years, and I haven't told my father I've loved him in 5 years. And that was the first thing I thought of. I didn't think about my mom, who I had just moved out of her house, but who I currently had a relationship with, at least.
Yeah.
But I thought about my dad because I hadn't talked to him forever. So all of a sudden, this face comes into the light over my head, and it was the sun that I was seeing. I got hit in the head with a beam from the house when the house came down. The main center beam hit me, and when I landed on the ground, I was still with it, kinda. I was kind of out of it, kind of with it, but the beam was laying right across my head, and the beam was on fire, and that's when I passed out. Well, luckily the guy had fallen to the floor before me, that we pulled him out, because another guy went down and went into the basement, now that this house has collapsed, and ran into the basement of the house. Everybody telling me he was nuts and he shouldn't go in, with a K-12 saw, and cut about a 12-foot hole in the floor, risking the entire thing caving in on himself.
Mm-hmm.
When I fell down, there I was on it. He, could have cut my leg off, whatever. It's a risk he had to take. He went near the hole and went 12 feet around,
Yeah.
And picked me up and dragged me out of the building. and then so I woke up. I had burns on my face, broke my leg, blew my shoulder out. I had some cracks in my arm. I took a pretty good whooping from that house, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And so I went to my dad's house right off the hospital. I had a friend pick me up, and I had him just drop me off at my dad's place. It was the fire was in the morning. I didn't get out of the hospital about 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And so here I am sitting on my dad's front steps with a broken leg, my arm in a cast, set of crutches next to me, got stuff on my face where I got burnt. I can't grow a full beard. I got one patch on my face, the circle patch, that won't grow. So when I grow a beard, I have to just grow like the strips that come down, because I can't grow the full beard up like this.
Yeah, like a chin strap.
Mm-hmm. I got this burn spot right here. So,
mm-hmm.
And it's not, you could see it for about a year or so afterwards. You could just see a light scar there, but you can't even see it anymore. It just doesn't grow hair anymore. So that was in the middle of the summertime. That was in August that happened. I know it was the second week of August. I don't know the exact date, but every year around that time, I always make sure to, I try to thank God every day that I'm here, and that I get another day. But I usually take some time to go up to the Quabbin Reservoir, or go somewhere and kind of think life through, and where I'm at and what I need to do to change things. And that's like my week of reflection, where I really try to, I don't know, try to better myself. I should do that year round, but I don't.
Well, I mean, at least you've got that, man. I mean, most people don't even go through. They just go through life completely oblivious, and for most of us, because I've had one of those as well. One of those come to Jesus moments where it's like, I'm lucky to be here. I better learn to appreciate what we've got, because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here.
No, exactly. I didn't realize I could do that.
What, adjust your camera?
Well, I knew that I could, but I can't. I'm trying to get it so that it's just like.
Oh, you wait long enough, it'll do it on its own.
It's a little better. It used to,
Oh, I think your mic cut out on you again, bud. But yeah, like I said, most people they go through life oblivious and they don't even think about that sort of thing until something like that happens. Mine was a car accident. I think I've told you about the Jeep. In fact, I showed pictures of it early on in my show career here, and that was one of those where I should not even be here. That Jeep was a pretzel when it was done, and if it weren't for that roll bar, I wouldn't have been here. But yeah, and I think about that a lot. But it's cool that you've got that as an anniversary because it teaches you, at least reminds you to appreciate life.
Mm-hmm. And I got my wedding anniversary with my wife. Obviously, that's a very important anniversary every year.
Oh yeah, the wedding thing. And it's
we're hitting 14 years this year, so.
Oh, well, congratulations on that one.
Yeah, we're hitting 14 and August 7th, but too bad my wife doesn't watch the show. It'd be so amazing that she'd be blown away that I remember the date. But yeah, that's the anniversary that I think of. That one and the day my grandfather died, which is July 3rd, because he's my best friend growing up, and he was my father figure for me for many years. So.
Oh, very cool. But, very cool.
I'll tell you one more quick thing. I know I see somebody else flashing. That's perfect. We're talking about bad car accidents.
Mm-hmm.
When I was on the ambulance squad, we got a call for a car accident, and we got there, and one of the cars was covered with a tarp.
Mm-hmm.
That's no bueno when you show up to a scene and there's a tarp over a car.
Yeah.
That means,
Yep.
And so we get over there, and the other car, there's a guy pinned behind the steering wheel. He's yelling and screaming, and they had taken a kid out of that car, the one with the guy screaming in it. When I pulled up, the first thing we did when we pulled up was wet. It was icy and it was bad winter conditions. The first thing we had to do was, ironically, was to wet the road because we were washing slush off the road. We were preparing for the chopper to land.
Yeah.
We had to keep a constant stream so it didn't ice up and so it wouldn't stick to the ground when it landed. So we did that. The chopper landed. They threw two people in the chopper, and the chopper pulled out, took off.
Mm.
It was a young girl and a young boy.
Oh,
so
wow.
the girl was in the car covered by the tarp. She was in the car with her mother and her aunt, both killed on impact.
Oh, man.
The boy was in the passenger seat of the other car where the guy was screaming. So I go over, and I'm standing on the hood of this car, looking down in at this guy, and I've got a halogen bar in my hand, and I've got a pair of cutters in my hand, Jaws of Life cutters.
Yeah.
Smashing the windshield out. My friend's got the door open. He's got this guy covered with a blanket, just holding the blanket over him. I smash the entire windshield out. I pull it out and throw it on the road, and I get the cutters in there, and my buddy is like trying to comfort this guy, and he's holding on to the steering wheel so that when I finally get it cut, he can slide to the side, and I'm in the middle of cutting this thing, and this guy is looking up at me, and he's screaming at me. I can't hear him because this thing's so loud, and finally, it cuts the thing, and we get the thing out, and I shut the tool off, and this guy comes over and I hand it off to him, and the kid looks at me, he's like, I've been yelling your name, man. Tony, how you doing? And I'm like, oh? So it's this kid that I had gone to school with.
Wow.
And he had just gotten his license, and he took his little brother out and was showing off and slid into the other lane and killed these two ladies.
Oh, man.
And yeah, and he did all kinds of, he had to go talk to kids about driving for years and all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
So anyways, the irony of the story is that kid used to live in this house where I live right now. When that happened, he lived in this house.
Oh, really?
His dad passed 4 years ago, and him and his brother told the bank, we're not paying for the house. So the bank took the house over, and I bought the house.
Oh, man.
Isn't that nuts?
That is a crazy story. That is a crazy story. And they were so intense, I can't even throw the graphic back up, man.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's okay. That's okay. Wow, dude.
So yeah, so there you go, man. There's my stories. There's my anniversary, and I'm not going to call in again this week, but Italy for Thursday. So have a good night.
Oh man, so Tony, now we know Tony's been in Florida and Italy.
No, that's where I want to go.
Oh no, vacation.
Vacation.
Yeah. Dream vacation is Thursday, right?
Yeah,
Cool, dude.
All
Cool.
right, Jim. Well, thank you, man.
Oh,
I have a lot of respect for you, and I appreciate you letting me come on the show, man. Thank you very much.
anytime, Tony. Thanks so much, man.
Thanks, man. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Wow. That was something else. Oh, okay, Lloyd. Start your camera and your microphone there, bud. If you're using vMix, I'm seeing the color bars. So you may have to hit external or choose your camera. While we're waiting for that, well, we got a whole bunch of people came in. We got Jim above and beyond drones. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Brad from Drone Kings in Darwin. I think I already said hello to Miscast Entertainment. Welcome to the show for the first time. Good to see you. Like they were saying in the chat, it's real easy to join. All you got to do is either put this in your browser. There's a link in the bottom, and I think they actually put a link in the chat for you. Or you can just visit zoom.us, choose join a meeting, and put that meeting number right there and there when they ask for it. If you want to come on, don't have to. Not the first time. Who else do we have in here? Outdoorsy gal. Oh, how you doing, hon? Good to see you, Chrissy. I know you're saying stuff, but I don't know it was to me. I beg your pardon. Oh man, I see Ed's in here as well. How you doing, Ed? And we've got hello, Mike from the Creator Spotlight Show. Good to see you. Good to see you, Ray Rosa. Always nice to see you too, buddy. Bob Dip, and I saw you had some stories as well. Very cool. Lloyd, I'm not seeing your camera, man. All I see is color bars. Oh, hey, now I see a graphic. There's Lloyd. Now look at the bottom of your Zoom feed and check your mic. Make sure you've got the right microphone chosen, and you'll be good to go. Oh, let's see. The grumpy blog guy.
How about now?
I do hear you. How you doing, Lloyd? Can you hear me? Oh, make sure you're listening to Zoom and not the YouTube feed.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, I can hear you. Make sure you're listening to the Zoom feed and not the YouTube.
Okay.
Feed. Yeah.
What am I doing here?
Show us again. Oh, you want to see the camper again real fast? Here you go. Boom. There's a travel trailer. That's the Winnie Mini, a miniature Winnebago. Look how level she's riding, man. Is that great? Oh, man. We're going to have so much fun in that.
Okay. Is it working?
Oh, yeah. I can hear you, Lloyd. Can you hear me? You can hear me real time?
Yeah, I can now.
Fantastic. Fantastic. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Gotta love technology.
Oh, man. It's just everything's a battle. Am I right?
Absolutely. Every day.
Well, it's good to see you on the show outside of a panel, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Last night on my show, I was talking about this blue cast that I seem to have. Okay.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I have a reflective light back here.
Uh-huh.
It's, but what I just realized a little bit ago before I flipped them all on is my computer sits right next to it. Okay, my tower.
Yeah.
It's got a blue light that shines out the side. It's getting that reflector, reflecting blue back on me. Oh.
I can see that actually. Yeah.
I look like a Smurf.
Well, there are worse things to look like. Am I right?
Yeah, there are.
So I saw. What's that?
I just figured that out just when I walked in the office. I thought, why is there blue light reflecting? And then I like, oh man, change my shade.
I hear you, man. And there's almost nothing you can do about white balance too when you're doing these kind of shows because you've got so many monitors in front of you with different colors and yeah, that is what it is. But you could fix that blue light, I'm sure.
I will.
Well, I saw in the chat that you've got a tremendous anniversary with your wife.
Yes, Judy and I will on the 6th of July. It'll be 38 years.
38 years.
And no, we were not high school sweethearts. I've known her since I was 6, but we grew up in different parts of the country. Her family came up to see us back when I was a kid. And believe it or not, we had both been married twice before each other. So this is between us 6 marriages.
Holy cow. So you've known her all. Were your parents friends or something?
Yeah. Matter of fact, her mom and dad actually raised 2 of my cousins.
Wow.
That's out. I'm getting too much feedback on my own voice. I forget to uncheck that.
Wow, that's remarkable, dude.
Yeah.
So, how old were you guys when you got married to each other?
31.
31.
Yeah.
And you've been together for 38 years. Dude, that is worth celebrating.
Yeah. And you talk about anniversaries and milestones. We'd been married about 3.5 years, and I was put in a wheelchair with MS. I have multiple sclerosis. And we were just still in our honeymoon stage,
Yeah.
And so I asked her, I said, "You think you can stick with me?" And she says, "I don't know. We'll take it a day at a time. I won't lie to you." And she didn't. And now my multiple sclerosis has gone into remission.
That's good news.
She's dealing with Parkinson. And so you guys have heard me talk about a lot. And now I'm her caretaker. So.
Yeah, I knew that was the case. I wasn't going to divulge, but I knew that was the case. And that's but that kudos to both of you for sticking it out. I know so many people that wouldn't. And I find that extraordinarily shallow and different circumstances for different people, of course, but
everybody has to deal with things in life their own way. And this is why I do YouTube. It kind of gives me that reality check to decompress.
Yes. Forget about life for a while. Talk to people you wouldn't normally be able to talk to. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And I said that last night. I do this for fun. I won't monetize. This is what I do for pleasure. But 38 years, and I'll tell you, I'm every bit as much in love with her today as I was 38 years ago.
That's awesome, dude.
I can't believe she married me. I really stepped up my game when I married her.
So Lloyd married up, folks.
Yeah, I married up. I mean, we're both poor as church mice.
Yeah.
And I was very blessed. I adopted her 3 kids, and between the 2 of us, we have 20 grandchildren.
Holy cow, dude! But that's great, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I got a son. He was on last night. If you saw it in the show, Apollo's Grace. He came in. He might have left before you got in there.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't remember seeing the name.
Yeah. And he actually wrote and recorded the Grumpy Vlogger song that's on my channel.
I heard you say that. Yeah.
Yeah. So he has 10 kids. Just one boy. It's like,
wow.
43. He'll be 44 next month. And he just had one 2 weeks ago.
Wow. What did you say? Is my math right? 9 girls, 1 boy? Is that what I heard?
No, he's God, what's he got? I think he's got. I can't keep track. I think.
Well, there's 10 of them, man.
There's 10 of them. And we've got 11 great grandkids. And Judy was saying, no, you've got a grandchild younger than that. That's not the newest one. I said, no, dear, that's a great grandchild you're talking about. She goes, oh, that's right. We've actually got great grandkids older than some of our grandkids.
Oh, man.
Our oldest grandchild is 33. Our youngest one is 2 weeks.
Good Lord, man. Good
Yeah,
Lord. Aren't big
uh,
families great though?
they are, the, unfortunately, we don't get to see all of them because part of them live in different parts of the country. We have couple of
Excuse me.
couple of grandkids I just do not see, but that's,
Well, there's going to be some of those in every bunch.
and I probably won't see them for the next 10 to 15, depending on what the state says.
Oh my. We don't have to go into that.
But no, Judy and I have been blessed. I've got, got some wonderful kids out of this. I adopted her kids. They took my last name, and uh, our oldest lives right next door to us, and he he keeps an eye on it. Well, both our boys do. They keep a close eye on us.
Mm.
Both the boys that live here in town. So
Oh, that's cool.
38 years, and considering we'd both been married, because I got married in high school. That one didn't work.
Oh, wow. Yeah. They
Yeah,
usually don't.
yeah, and she got married. Well, Judy got married when she was a junior, and that one didn't work either. And then we both had, anyways, we have 38 great years together. The rest of them, I don't even remember. The ones before that, they don't count.
I hear you, my friend. I hear you.
Considering, like you said, divorce is so easy nowadays. Anybody who makes 20 years in today's time is a miracle worker because it takes work.
It does. I would even back that up to about 10.
Yeah,
I mean,
anymore. Yeah,
when you think about how long 10 years is with one person, I mean, I know it sounds like a blink in the eye to you and I, but when we were at year 10, and I'm thinking
yeah,
about you and I, Lloyd,
right.
that was a long time. That was a
Yeah,
long time. So if you
I would
can,
want renegotiate that contract, for better, for worse, until death do us part. I'm like, how much longer am I going to live? Now it's like,
I signed this contract thinking,
yeah, yeah. I think I'll take another 10. Okay, I can handle another 10.
yep, got through the first one. Okay, well,
Yeah,
let's give it a shot.
yeah,
Yeah, and so yeah, I give it up to those people who have actually made it over 10 because it's not easy. You've got to be on the same page about most things.
yeah, yeah. And I'm not going to say that it's been a perfect 38 years, but in comparison, that's the thing. Judy and I, having had experience, we knew what we were getting into.
Yeah.
So uh, we knew what we wanted and what we didn't want. And to be honest with you, I asked her to marry me, and uh, we got married pretty quick after we got back together. After I moved down here during my divorce to Oklahoma. I moved out here from Arizona,
Mhm.
and we went to a big family get together. Family, friends. Her dad was actually having a cookout for a bunch of the family and friends and stuff.
Mhm.
And I was there, and I said, "Hey, you want to go dancing?" Yeah. I said, "Well, as soon as I get a job and I get my first paycheck, I'll take you out." And that was it. Once we went out, we were ready to, it was just like, okay. And so I asked her to marry me. I said, "Will you marry me?" She goes, "Maybe." We were sitting in outside on the bench, right outside of the judge's chambers. And I'm looking at her. I said, "Will you marry me?" She goes, "Maybe." She did not answer yes until he goes, "Do you take this man?" She goes, "I do." That was close.
No kidding. Of course, I got to ask, was that kind of her MO?
It was. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
She
she was jacking with you.
always still does.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that is the key right there, man. If you can make each other laugh, then you've got it whooped.
Yeah. And what's funny, of course, she's had 3 strokes too. And
Mm.
so the part of her stroke that was affected was the filter.
Oh, yeah.
That internal filter that says, should we say that? Not her. Hers is broke. It
Broken.
didn't work well to begin with. Now it's just completely shut off. And I just never know where she's going. Some days I'm going, wow, where did that come from? But it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Just keeps me on my toes. I'm telling you, man.
I bet it does.
I like to be a sharp cookie, but some days she'll just. She's put Mel in his place a couple of times. It left him tongue tied. He's going, okay. He told her one day, we were on the phone. He says, tell that woman to hush. As men folk are talking. Are there any kids in here?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. She said, well, you can tell him to kiss my ass and call a love story.
Oh, man, you're making me worried that one of these days, one of us are going to lose our filter.
Well, I really never had one to begin with, so it's just the two of us. Our kids are scared to take us out in public because they don't know what mom and dad's going to do,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. No. But it's been a great marriage, and we're pushing to 40, and I'd like to see 50,
Oh,
with
yeah.
her health. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but yeah, it is what it is, and we understand that. So,
well, my fingers are crossed, Lloyd, for that 50th.
Yeah, and you probably got other people waiting here, so I just want to come in and congratulate you on 35, and
thank you.
I wanted to thank you for coming to my show last night.
Anytime, man. Anytime. You're a hell of a guy, and I enjoy it.
Well, I have fun, and that's, like I said, that's what this is all about. Just having fun. So
exactly.
I want you to know I actually got up and got dressed for you.
You dressed up just for me, Lloyd?
Yeah.
That's
normally, like if it's Mel's show, I just put on a robe, and Claude wouldn't even ask me to come on because he says, I know he's not dressed, and he'd probably come on nothing but his BVDs, and I don't want that. So I want you to know I got up and got dressed because you're a class act.
Well, I'm honored, Lloyd.
I do even have, well, they're shorts, but they're still their pants. They're breeches.
Oh, man, you ought to see me early morning. I don't care if I'm in my boxers. I'm walking outside and getting the paper. I'm going to just do something. Well, thanks, Lloyd, for one, getting dressed, two, for coming on the show.
Well, thanks, Jim. Thanks for having me. I always enjoy being able to get into chat with you, and just I'm going to have you on my show as a guest one of these days.
Anytime, man. Well, anytime I'm available. I got to go on vacation, but when I get back, man, absolutely. I'd love to be on.
Enjoy your vacation. Actually, I think we're going to be heading to the lake, to our cabin, probably either this weekend or sometime this next week. So see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll hook up afterwards.
Yeah. All right. Definitely. All right.
Sounds good, man.
All right. You take care.
You too, bud. Bye-bye.
And goodbye to everybody out there. Now, how do I shut this off?
Just go ahead and shut her down. You should be all right. I'll throw you back into the waiting room, and you'll just pop off. See you, Lloyd.
All right.
Well, that was Lloyd's first time on here, and what an accomplishment! 38 years, and through some rough times. I mean, even my marriage, there were some tough times. No marriage is perfect. But I did want to say hello before we go to the next guest. We've got Luke Duke. Good to see you, my friend. Who else did I see that popped in here? We've got Brand Ariels. Always a pleasure to see you, bud. Who's that? Mariner Bengal Explorer. Hello again. And let's see. I saw somebody else in here. It's strange because I'm looking at two different types of chats here. But welcome to the show, guys. If I missed you or if you've got questions, let me see if anyone's got questions. Drone Kings and Darwin says, "What am I going to do when video calling shows on vacation?" I don't know, dude. Well, you know what I will be doing is I will be uploading my guest cuts, although some of you have already seen them. Only because I've got so many that I think I'll have enough to span across there. Oh, nerdy Namicon, how you doing, man? First time in, love your style, and honestly love the subject matter tonight. Well, thanks. I choose a different subject matter every night, except for Monday nights, which happens to be the open panel show where we're trying to break the Zoom promise that you can have 100 guests on at the same time. Walker fam, how you doing? Jesse Mendez, good to see you, my friend. If I missed anyone, if I have, just go ahead and tag me, and I'll say hello for sure. Bob Dip, I think I've already said hello to you. Well, let's bring on our next guest here. There we go. Popped him on. Oh, he has stepped away from his office. Oh, my Lord. Hope everything's okay over there. David, we'll wait for you a bit, and then I might have to move on, son. We'll bring it back on after I'm done. Let's do it then. I called in for you. Oh, is that you? Sweet. Absolutely. Yes, I see the icon matches. We've got a couple people in the wings. I don't see David, so I tell you what. Oh, hello, Cabin Life with Glenn and Maureen. Nice to have you here. Absolutely nice to have you here. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm going to put him back in the waiting room. He's got some things going on. Oh, there you are. There you are. Well, wait, what? Oh. Sorry, Bob. Give me a minute there, buddy. Okay, now I see what's going on. There we go. There we go. Nerdy Namicon. I've got to copy and paste that. Go ahead and turn on your camera, bud. If you want to go camera. If you don't want to go camera, that's okay. You can go audio only. I'd like to know your first name, though. You're going to have to choose a mic. Check the Zoom interface. Down the lower left, you'll see a little microphone. Click that up arrow, and that will allow you to choose whatever microphone is hooked up to you, and you'll be good to go. There you go. Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you perfectly.
Wonderful. Can I call you by your first name?
Yeah, Robbie is what most people call me.
Oh, okay, Robbie. Now, you don't have to come on video if you don't want to. I'm taking you don't. You're not going to.
I'm sorry.
I see you don't have to come on video if you don't want to. Am I to assume that you're not going to?
Oh,
Because you can if you want to. Turn on your camera. There you are. Let me get your name set up here, my friend.
I'm broadcasting from my phone right now. So.
Oh, yeah. All right, Robbie.
Rocking the Bluetooth and everything like that for you.
Rocking the Bluetooth, of course. Fantastic. All right. Well, how are you doing this evening, Robbie?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself, man?
I'm doing great. Like I said earlier, anniversaries are hit and miss for me. I look at those that took effort, and I really cherish them when they're when I've got some high numbers. How about yourself?
Definitely. But no, your subject matter tonight was definitely cool. Your last guest, he was really funny. I really liked him. Crap My Dad Makes Me Watch actually told me and Miscast Entertainment about your show. He was like, you guys got to come in. So I'm like, okay, we're coming in. What's the link? So shout out to both of those guys. Those guys are amazing.
Yeah, Adam's great. Content. Adam's great. I've actually been a subscriber to Miscast for a while now, and never thought about asking him on the show until Adam said something as well. So it's cool, man. I'm glad to have you as well.
He's so funny. I love their show too. I was actually telling them in the chat as well that even if I wasn't friends with those guys, I would subscribe to their channel. Their content is fantastic.
Well, I haven't had a chance to check yours out. What is it you're all about, man? Let me go there right now.
I started out just as a podcaster. I started out with a different company, and I did a show called Lords of the Polygon Table.
Mm-hmm.
But I did that with a different group. And when my son was born, about three and a half years ago, I decided to start up my own production company and basically redid everything. So Nerdynomicon podcast was the first thing that came out. And YouTube being the second biggest search engine in the world, I figured you got to have a YouTube channel. So I had a friend that was going to start doing the videos. Her name is Holly, and she was going to start doing like top 5 videos. And she just ended up not really enjoying it. So I kind of took the reins. And basically what we like to do is I like to call us highbrow analysis with lowbrow humor.
There you go.
So we dive deep into lots of TV shows, lots of films. I do a series called Sinful Analysis, called Cinephile. And it's a lot of fun, a lot of work to edit those videos. But they're basically video essays about some movies that I think don't get enough love or attention that are more than just meets the eye. So I've done one recently on Clueless. I did one on Black Panther. And on Friday, I'm releasing my episode on Fire Walk with Me by David Lynch.
Oh, very cool.
That was difficult to make.
Yeah, I bet.
In my personal opinion, that movie is a masterpiece. I'm going to be doing a few different videos on that one just because there's so much there, because it serves as multiple different types of films.
Sure. Wow. That's really cool.
That's basically what my channel is about.
That is really cool. I can't wait to go through these. In fact, you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to watch them. No,
Thank you. I also I do review Nosferatu every single week as well, because I'm a huge fan of Joe Hill. Oh. And in July, I'm going to jump over to Veronica Mars, because it got to give some love to Kristen Bell. I'm a huge Marshmallow.
Yes.
But that's basically what my channel is.
That's cool, dude. That is very cool. I'm so glad you came on tonight. I love the name too, Nerdynomicon.
Well, thank you very much.
It flows so well, so much better than it reads.
An HP Lovecraft Yeah, I've got a new banner that's coming up. The Hipster Skull is going to be put into retirement here pretty soon.
Oh, I tell you what, what you just said a minute ago about the highbrow lowbrow, that's a perfect tagline, dude.
Oh, thank you. It took me some time to kind of consolidate my channel down, like boil it down to its nuts and bolts. I'm like, how do I want to describe this? We like to go highbrow. We really like to extrapolate our thoughts on this, but we do tell a lot of dick and fart jokes.
There you go.
Highbrow analysis with lowbrow humor.
Now, would you say it's movie specific?
Not necessarily movie specific. We focus mostly on movies, but we do a fair amount of television as well.
Oh, how about media?
Simply because I would love to get in much more into gaming and music as well. My co-host on the podcast, Adrian, he actually has his degree in music. Ooh. So he's a composer. He composed most of the theme music that is used in most of my projects. So I do use a lot of, other music in Sinful Analysis, but he's a composer. He loves to talk music. He understands music theory. I just understand what sounds good to me. But we would like to dive more into that. The problem is the time. You know what I mean? He works for Netflix out in LA. I'm over here in New York. So it's just a matter of being able to find enough time to do everything.
Right.
Not enough hours in the day.
Oh man, I'm still waiting for him to add that 25th and 26th, and I'm all over those things that I have no time for.
Oh yeah. And I'll still only get 5 hours of sleep, but I'll be 2 hours more productive.
Exactly. That's my goal, man. No, but
that's the name of the game. You know what I mean?
Oh, it is. Try to fit in as much as you possibly can, and make sure you get some time for yourself. What I was saying was that you could say that highbrow media analysis, lowbrow, however you finish that, make a great tagline, fantastic tagline. Because you know what you want to do is you want to encapsulate it in a sentence, and you want to actually have that on your channel banner so that people can immediately look at that and go, oh shit, I know what this is all about. I'm in.
You know what? That's a good point. Maybe I should put that one word in there: highbrow media analysis with lowbrow humor.
Yeah, yeah, because then
I
you can
like
cover.
that. I
Yeah,
like
you
that. It's a little bit more, focuses in a little bit more.
focuses in a little bit more, but leaves you open to where you can, cover the gamut, right? The gaming, the music, the videos, the
Right.
movies, yeah, just all television, all sorts of things.
Right. I mean, admittedly, I was going to do a video on Magic the Gathering because I'm an avid Magic player, but I stopped about halfway through. I'm like, all right, my script is a little bit weak right now, so I need to redo the audio. And also, I've never really done gaming on here before. This is probably going to come out of left field.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll just work on this flow, release it on Patreon, and see what people think before I start getting into that. So,
That's-
I mean, there are gaming videos in the works right now. I just kind of put them on the back burner because I figured, you know. But you're right. Adding that word media there, that would kind of open me up a little bit more,
oh yeah,
especially to new subscribers.
yeah. And I didn't mean to turn this into a channel thing, but yeah, then you could have
Oh
it
no,
just
it's
as
fine.
as another playlist. You could have each one of those types of media as a different playlist, and people would even people don't give two shits about movie analysis, but they do want to see gaming analysis. You've given them an avenue.
Right.
But if it's what you enjoy
Absolutely.
doing, yeah.
Absolutely. I like all things. But yeah, I didn't mean to turn this into a channel interview either, man. It just
Oh,
kind of happened.
it was
I'm
my
cool
fault.
to talk about whatever relationship, love,
Yeah, well,
Foucault's boomerang,
Well,
whatever you want to talk about.
well, you were digging the subject matter, so let's hear about some anniversaries that may be very important to you.
Well, anniversaries that are important to me. Honestly, my wife and I's 5th year anniversary, that was a big one. We were kind of going through a bit of a rough patch at the time, but when we were engaged and getting ready to be married, I think it was like, what were we, like 2 months away from our wedding at this point? We decided to make a wine box. It's something that I think she read online. So we found this old box at a yard sale. And we went to this winery that I used to work at when I was a teenager, and we picked out a wine together. I got us a couple of wine glasses. I have a friend that could do some work with acid, so we had them kind of embroidered with some catchphrases on them. And we just put the wine, the glasses, and some letters that we wrote to each other in a box, and we just threw it up in the closet for 5 years. And on the 5th year, on our 5th anniversary, like I said, we were going through a bit of a rough patch. We opened it up. We drank the wine. She had a glass. I had the rest of the bottle. And actually, it was a really nice anniversary. That was a really good anniversary, you know?
Wow, that is so cool. And
But,
I want to jump in here real fast because
Sure.
Robbie, you just hit on something that I think a lot of people could use if you guys, I'm talking to everyone. I'm talking to people in the chat. I'm talking not you, Robbie, because you've already done it. But I'm talking to those of you who are watching this video after it's been processed. Wouldn't it be a great idea as part of your wedding vows? You did exactly what Robbie was just talking about, and don't put a 5-year limit on it. Go until you may have problems, because every marriage gets to a point where they have problems. I know ours has, maybe twice actually, where this would have really helped. Where you say, okay, we're down to the scraping the barrel here on this relationship.
Right.
Even if we're going to end it, let's go through that time capsule, and who knows how many marriages that would save.
Yeah, I totally agree. And like you said, no marriage is perfect. Everybody has their problems. Everybody has their issues. But what makes it work is one or both of you at some point has to fight and has to stand back up.
Yes.
And the difficult part can be, when it's always the same person, and I've been fighting for so long, and, you never seem to put in any fight. And sometimes you just need that little bit of reinvigoration. So a letter that was written even a year ago, but in this case, 5 years ago, to see the world through that perspective before whatever the problems that you have now ever arose. Or, even if they were there and you didn't think that they were that bad, you can transport yourself to a time where that wasn't the focus.
Exactly.
Where that fight was not going on at that time to the level of magnitude that it is now, and let that give you a little bit of clarification, a little bit of, clarity, if you will. You know, maybe things will still end. Maybe you'll come to the realization, you know, I should have seen something more. Or maybe, just maybe, it'll give you that extra bit of push that you need, and it'll rectify and right the ship.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know? But
I mean, at the very
or the other, what does it hurt? Sometimes you need a fresh set of eyes, and who's better eyes to see it through than your own from a different time?
exactly, and if nothing else, what you'll leave with is at least a sense that you gave it one more chance, right, or another.
Right.
You know, you get to reevaluate that perspective you had when you put that together, and
Right.
and I think that would be valuable. And if nothing else, it might help you become friends after, you know, if the inevitable happens. So
Precisely.
dude, we're
And
onto
that's another
something.
way
We
to
should
look at
market
it as
this
well.
shit.
I love it. I'll drop the paperwork. Have your people call my people. We'll call the village people. It'll be fantastic.
I'm on it. I know the Indian.
Does that make me the biker in chaps?
You can be any one of them you want to. It's fantasy land, man.
I warned you. Low humor.
Oh man, and I'm so ready for it now. Like I said, I'm setting myself up for a binge watch here.
Well, I hope I don't disappoint. I truly do.
I don't think you will, man. I don't think you will. I love your thumbnails and the subject
Thank
matter.
you.
That's awesome. Yeah, very, very cool.
Thank
dude.
you very much.
Cool. Yeah, but like I said, we're onto something here, dude. We are absolutely on. What a great way to end the anniversary show. And the reason I say that is because we're coming up on 11. You and I can sit here and talk for a bit longer, but yeah, guys, it's probably going to be my last guess. I've got 3 in the
Hey, fine by
wings.
me.
What's that? What's that?
I said fine by me. I'm fine to stay here and chat for a while.
Yeah, we'll chat for just a bit. I like to limit it to an hour since I'm on 5 nights a week plus Friday mornings. But and most of these folks know. So, but I always like having new people on, man. And I'm so glad you did call in. I think we're going to be millionaires with this idea.
Thank you. I'm glad I did. I couldn't agree more, man. One of us has got to write the book. The other one has to start going out to different conventions, Tony Robbins styles.
Absolutely. And I got the website covered. Website and social media. We're in, dude.
Perfect. With our skill set, we cannot go wrong.
We can't lose. It can't lose. Said everyone who.
We're gonna touch a lot of lives.
Well, you know, the irony here is that my wife works at a place that supplies a lot of wedding accoutrement, you know, or items, or
oh really?
Oh yeah. In fact, she's probably taking notes right now.
Kind of like a nice. Copyright.
I know, right? by the sheer fact that we've had it on this show, man, it's nailed down. We can argue our case by.
Exactly. Look at the timestamp, for God's sake.
Exactly. So, do you have any other anniversaries that are really important to you?
The 5th one was definitely the big one for me. I've got to be honest with you. The first year anniversary was a huge milestone for me. And a lot of people might be sitting there, really? 1 year? Well, this is going to come across really awkward. I was a bit of a whore for a while. So I did not have a whole lot of long-term relationships. I tended to date women I probably shouldn't have, women that were not great for me. And until I met my wife, I had only had one relationship that had lasted over 6 months. So once I made the 1 year mark, and oh, what a year it was. It was filled with intrigue and jealousy, a murder trial. I'm not joking. I'm not joking about that. Not my trial. I was not on trial. But it was the type of relationship that you would see in a movie, probably starring Seth Rogen. So for me to actually get into a relationship that lasted over 6 months and also come out of it with so many different experiences, so many different stories, it forges a bond, for better or for worse, that cannot be broken in any way. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And it's life experiences like that, both positive and negative, to where if as you worded it, the inevitable ever does happen with somebody, you will always have these experiences. Like my wife and I have a child together. No matter what, our lives are always woven together.
Oh yeah.
From now until eternity.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But that one particular year, the 1 year anniversary, to me, just because of everything that we went through, and it was a milestone for me, it was excellent. And it was actually at the 1 year anniversary that I decided I was going to ask her to marry me.
Awesome,
so
dude.
I was talking about relationship anniversaries, if that wasn't clear.
Oh yeah.
The first marriage anniversary was definitely interesting too, because I was like, wow, a year's been by already? Interesting.
That's awesome, dude. I mean, much respect for that, because I get that. It's like you almost didn't trust yourself.
Basically, when you have experiences throughout your life, I mean, granted, I was 24 when I met her. When a lot of things happen and it seems like the same types of things happen over and over, at some point you start to think, maybe it's me. Like, am I not just not dating the right women? Am I driving them insane like a reverse chinchilla? Like, am I giving off a pheromone that's driving them insane and they want to chew their way through my skull? But at a certain point, it stops becoming an accident or a pattern. It starts becoming tradition.
Yeah.
And when I met my wife, it felt like the pattern was broken. You know, not to say she's not crazy either, but a different type of crazy, you know, fun crazy, as opposed to we the jury find the defendant.
Well, that helps too, because you know, you don't want to be too alike, you know, when you're getting together. You've got to have there's got to be a difference in personality, but at the same time, you got to be best friends. That's the way I look at it. And how many of your best friends are exactly like you, right?
That's the perfect way of looking at it. Very few, to be honest.
Very few.
Lots of us love the same things, but yeah, we love a lot of the same things, but we're not the same people by any stretch.
Exactly.
I'd like to think I'm far more positive than the rest of them.
Yeah, and I'm not going to go into that in case they're watching the show, but I'm not going to go into our differences, friends.
I don't want to curse the darkness. I like to light a candle.
There you go. Well, Robbie, it's been fantastic. Listen, I'm being goaded here. Oh, actually, I should say that Miscast Entertainment said that he and his wife put one of those packages together to open in 50 years. That's awesome.
Wow.
I know. Now listen.
Wow, Willie, that is awesome, dude.
His name's Willie?
Yeah.
Willie, listen, have you ever thought about, you know, if times got tough, and I mean really tough, that you would break that 50 and just open it up early? Because then I'll have to get you from patent infringement.
That was the rule that we had. We even had written right on the box, break in case of emergency.
Yeah, we
made it to the 5 years.
Oh, that's awesome. Really. That's awesome. And you just had your 5 year, right?
5 year was a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Wow. So you're even further.
We're at 7 right now.
Cool.
Yeah, we're at 7 right now.
Well done, my friend. Well done. But
Thank
anyway,
you.
Since it is past the top of the hour, I'm going to close the show down. But you know, I can't let you go until maybe we do a deep dive. Have you ever heard of the deep dive?
Let's dive deep.
This is your first time here, isn't it?
This is my first time. I'm nervous. Be gentle.
Oh,
I used to be a virgin.
Don't be nervous. But are you ready to do the deep dive?
Let's do this.
All right, cool.
Deep dive.
Oh, it's happening.
It's happening. It is absolutely happening. All right, Robbie, here's how the deep dive works. In my hand, I have 5 questions chosen just for you. Now, the object of this is that we want to get to know you, perhaps better than your wife's obstetrician's dog's cat friend knows you.
I don't know. She knows me pretty well.
I know, but hey, Not everyone's does. Now you have to remember. You have to remember there are no bad answers, only bad judges, and I've got a room full of monkeys behind me on typewriters who puts these together. So if that gives you any indication where we're at here.
I love it.
Are you ready?
Let's do this.
Cool. Let's go to question 1.
Question 1.
I know, so official. All right, Robbie. What is your favorite, hamburger or taco?
My favorite hamburger or taco? Ooh,
That's a tough one.
good question. I think I'm going to go with a blue cheeseburger.
Ooh, very nice. Very nice. I love blue cheeseburgers. Course-
Cheeseburger with some blue cheese on there?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Well done. See, I told you. Now they may get a little tougher. I don't read ahead. So,
Okay.
all right, let's.
I trust you on that. I trust you.
Oh, I don't lie about it. Believe me, I do. I am not lying.
Give him the hard one. Give him the hard one.
All right, moving on.
We got an X-rated.
Question
Give him the hard
2.
one.
Oh, you never know where we're gonna go. All right, Robbie.
love it.
Are you a passenger or a driver?
I tend to be the driver even when I don't want to be.
Oh, of course. Of course. I hate to ride.
Yep.
Hate to ride. We were just talking about this the other day about the vacation.
Yep.
I got nothing to do over there.
Pretty much. I mean, what am I going to do? Nod off, take a nap, wake up in heaven?
Yeah, not gonna happen.
No.
Not gonna happen. No.
I'm driving. Nope.
See,
Even if I don't feel like it, I'm driving.
I told you these are not hard questions, but look how much we know about you already.
Very true.
And we're gonna know more.
Okay.
Question 3.
Damn it, that still cracks me up. I'm not supposed to be laughing at my own my own stingers. Okay.
I'm in. They're funny.
What's more important to you, Robbie? Money or free time?
Free time. You can always make more money.
Yes,
You know, free time is finite, man.
absolutely.
No amount of money has ever bought a moment of time.
No, it hasn't. See, man, you're killing this. You are absolutely killing this. Let's see if you can keep let's see if you can keep this up.
All right, let's do it.
Question 4.
I say that like this is a test or something.
I feel like there is a test. I almost feel like there's a black van outside right now.
Oh
They
no.
just honked twice.
No,
No.
not as far as you know. Nope. All right. I can't believe these monkeys. Okay, toilet paper, over or under?
Oh, I have to go over the roll.
Oh,
To go under the
no,
roll.
no.
I hate that.
I'm sorry. The judges were looking for Sears catalogs.
Oh, that was actually my bad. I knew I should have gone with my first answer.
Well,
That
you
was
know,
my instinct.
it's the outhouse thing. I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Of course, they crap in their chairs, so what do they know? All right, Robbie. And the final
They honked
question.
again.
Final question.
You know, sometimes I think my stingers are the best part of this.
I'm having a blast, man. I'm seeing a lot of orange on my computer right now. I see a lot of people saying my name. I'm only speculating. They're like, dude, shut up. Let him ask the question.
No, not at all. Not at all. Oh, let's see. What is on the list here? Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be getting these off the sheet of paper, aren't
I see how the game is played now. You call it an audible.
I? Oh man, do not pay no attention to that man behind the piece of paper. All right, this is the hardest hitting, of course. As movie genres go, horror or comedy?
Extremely difficult, but I'm going horror.
Oh no, rom-com. Monkeys thought you were a rom-com guy, dude.
I do love a good rom-com. However, last October, I actually made a bunch of friends, including the two I've already mentioned tonight, while doing 31 vlogs of Halloween. I did a video every single day for the entire month of October.
Oh wow, cool.
It nearly killed me. I do love horror, and I think it's an underappreciated genre. So I have to go horror.
I'm with you. I love several genres. Rom-coms don't do a whole lot for me, but of course, there's some real good ones out there. But I'm a huge, huge horror and huge comedy, and even venture to. Have you ever done or seen Excalibur? 1981.
Oh, Excalibur! I love it.
Oh,
yeah,
one of my favorites of all time. I don't know why, but it is.
Oh, it's a great film.
Yeah,
great film.
Yeah. I got one more for you. Oh shit.
Sure.
Oh, The Sorcerer. Now that one throws everybody off. And it was I'll tell you who starred in it. It was oh shit, I just had his name Roy Scheider.
I don't think I've seen this one.
Yeah, go check that movie out. It's the Sorcerer, and it's Roy Scheider, and guy from Jaws, right? The lead in Jaws. Yeah. I don't even know where they came up with the name. I saw it back in, I want to say, about 1980, and fell in love with it. Maybe I was falling asleep or something, and it was the greatest movie ever. But go check that movie out. You want to talk about one that doesn't get enough love? Oh, and then there's Damnation Alley.
I'll check it out.
Oh, I could sit here.
Alley, I've seen.
Yeah, I could sit here and tell you, or start pulling these obscure movies out all day long.
Warlock. I've got memories and remembrances of Warlock.
Oh man.
The Julian, whatever his name was, early 90s flick.
Yeah.
A lot of remembrances of that
movie. Well, Robbie, you did great, man. You were 2 out of 5.
I'm okay with it.
See, I told you there's.
I used to be a 3 out of 5, but then I hit 30. I accept my.
Wait. You did get 3 out of 5. I'm sorry. You actually did get 3 out of 5. The monkeys were wrong yet again. Damn judges.
Well, okay then. Then I'm coasting through life.
Coasting through life. Dude, it was fun having you on, man. I hope you enjoyed it.
It was a pleasure, man. You've already gotten a subscriber out of me. I've already hit that bell.
Oh, you're the man. You're the man. Thanks so much. And I think I buzzed over 700 tonight. I thought I saw in the chat. That's cool.
Perfect.
That is awesome.
That's amazing, man.
Thanks to all you guys. That averages out to about 100 a month. I'm loving that. I'm absolutely loving that.
That's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. Well deserved.
Thank you. Well, dude, you have to come back on the show. I always invite people back because I love talking to anybody. I'll give you a wrench after this because when you come on the show and you prove yourself to be a decent human being, you become one of my moderators because I'm going to need him in the near future.
I don't know about a decent human being, my friend, but I'll take the wrench nonetheless.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Robbie. I'm so happy you did come on, and we'll have you back on.
My pleasure, man. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, you bet. Take care now.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, folks, that was fun. Lloyd, I should have put you through the deep dive as well. I apologize. For some reason, I keep forgetting about it. I don't know what's all about there, but that was fun. You guys were fantastic. How'd we do tonight? Seems like we had quite a few on at the same time. I don't tend to watch that while I'm on the air, but well, listen, guys, that's going to do it for me tonight. Now, or like I said, tomorrow night we're going to talk about places you've been in the world in a another prequel. We're talking about my anniversary before the anniversary date. We're going to talk about where you've been in the world over your travels, and then of course Thursday night we're going to talk about your dream vacation. I hope you can join us for that. Tonight, however, it's going to be a night for me. Thanks so much to my guests. You guys were fantastic. Tony and Lloyd and Robbie. Guys, thanks so much. And folks that, I'm sorry, Robert, Bob Dip, I didn't get to you. And Dave, I tried, man. But you had stepped away, dude. Thanks to everybody who came to the chat. Always love seeing you guys. Always love seeing you guys. And listen, for those of you who are watching this after it's been processed, if this is the kind of content that you're hip to, hit that subscribe button. For now, though, I'm going to call it a night. And of course, I'll leave you with this. Make sure you treat others the way you would want to be treated. If we all did that, this world would be a fantastic place. Good night, everyone, and I will see you live